The Crew. Launched in 2014, The Crew recreated a condensed version of the continental United States as a continuous open world. The map covers about 2,000 square miles, allowing players to drive coast to coast from New York to Los Angeles in one uninterrupted journey. At highway speeds, this trip can take nearly 2 real-time hours, giving cross-country travel the feel of an authentic road trip rather than a quick teleport. Ubisoft divided the country into 5 major regions: Midwest, East Coast, South, Mountain States, and West Coast, each with its own scenery, landmarks, and driving conditions. Cities like New York, Chicago, Miami, and Las Vegas appear in miniature form, creating a theme park version of America that balances realism with accessibility. The game's map includes a surprising variety of terrain, from snowy mountains and dusty deserts to dense cities and long coastal highways. While stretches of empty road make up much of the landscape, the sheer ambition of connecting the entire country in a drivable space set a benchmark for open-world racing. Activities range from urban street races and off-road challenges to skill tests and collectibles hidden throughout every region. The always-online structure meant that even long solo drives could intersect with other players, and multiplayer crews could form to take on missions or explore together. Its sequel, The Crew 2, expanded the concept with planes and boats in addition to cars, refining multiplayer features and graphics. Yet the original remains notable for its bold attempt to capture the spirit of a coast-to-coast journey, emphasizing scale and freedom on a level few racing games had attempted before. Fuel. Released in 2009, Fuel holds one of the largest open-world driving maps ever created, covering an enormous 5,560 square miles. This makes it more than twice the size of the Crew's America and far larger than most open-world games in any genre. Driving from one edge of the map to the other at highway speeds can take more than 3 real-time hours without stopping, a feat almost unheard of at the time. Set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland shaped by climate disasters, the world combines deserts, mountains, plains, and dried riverbeds into one massive drivable space. Over 160,000 miles of roads and trails run across this landscape, offering routes for both structured races and freeform exploration. Although often criticized for its sparse activities and lack of density, the game still rewarded curiosity with hidden tracks, shortcuts, and environmental hazards scattered across the vast terrain. Rare dynamic weather events, including tornadoes and sandstorms, could appear during races or free roaming, adding unpredictable challenges that emphasize the world's harsh, desolate atmosphere. While some players found the emptiness overwhelming, the sheer technical achievement of Fuel has kept it memorable. Few racing games since have even attempted to match its scale, and its ambitious approach to open-world design still stands out today as a unique milestone in the genre. Atlas. Atlas, released in 2018 by Grapeshot Games, is an online multiplayer survival game built around piracy, exploration, and settlement building. Its world is enormous, nearly 28,000 square miles, divided into a grid of 225 regions containing more than 500 explorable islands. The vast majority of this space is covered in open ocean, forcing players to rely heavily on ships for travel and survival. Naval exploration is central to the game, with detailed mechanics for sailing, ship combat, and long-distance journeys that can last hours in real time. Along the way, players can encounter dangerous storms, sea monsters, and rival player crews. Establishing a settlement on an island requires gathering resources, defending territory, and constructing buildings over time. With so many islands available, entire guilds and player factions could stake claims to huge regions, creating large-scale conflicts over territory. The map is so large that players have tested its boundaries by attempting to swim across it, a feat that reportedly took over 30 hours. Despite technical problems and a mixed reception at launch, Atlas is remembered for its unmatched ambition in creating a world where oceans feel as vast and unforgiving as real seas. The Elder Scrolls II. Daggerfall. Released in 1996, The Elder Scrolls II: Daggerfall is legendary for the size of its world. Bethesda created a map spanning more than 80,000 square miles, comparable to the landmass of Great Britain. The region of High Rock and Iliac Bay contains thousands of towns, villages, dungeons, and temples. Traveling from one end of the map to the other without using fast travel can take more than 70 real-world hours. Much of the game world is procedurally generated, which allowed Bethesda to fill such a massive area with quests and locations at a time when most RPGs were confined to small maps. While this led to repetition and less detail than later entries, it gave players a sense of living in a true medieval continent. Daggerfall also introduced features like buying houses, joining guilds, and exploring hundreds of unique dungeons. Players could interact with dozens of factions and take part in randomly generated side quests in addition to the main storyline. For a game released before the age of widespread 3D graphics acceleration, its scope was revolutionary. Later Elder Scrolls titles like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim went smaller in scale but more detailed, proving just how ambitious Daggerfall truly was. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 pushes map scale to the extreme by recreating the entire Earth at a 1-to-1 scale. That's nearly 200 million square miles of terrain generated using satellite imagery and cloud-based artificial intelligence. Players can fly anywhere in the world, from the busiest international airports to the most remote mountain ranges. A flight from the North Pole to the South Pole can take around 40 hours in real time, and the game can be synced with live weather, meaning storms and conditions match reality as they happen. Major landmarks and cities are modeled in high detail, while less populated areas are procedurally generated but still accurate enough to be recognizable from the air. The game also integrates real-time air traffic, allowing players to share the skies with the same flights happening in reality. With continuous updates improving terrain data, airports, and even adding new aircraft, Flight Simulator is not only vast but also dynamic. Its use of real-world mapping technology has made it the closest any game has come to recreating the Earth as a playable environment. Starfield. Bethesda's Starfield, released in 2023, is the studio's most ambitious project to date and its first original universe in decades. It features over 1,000 planets spread across 100 star systems, creating one of the largest explorable spaces ever designed. While many planets are procedurally generated, the game also includes handcrafted hubs like New Atlantis, Aquila City, and Neon, which serve as centers for story missions, faction quests, and trading. Planets can be landed on and explored on foot or in vehicles, with environments ranging from barren moons and frozen worlds to lush alien landscapes. Players can also establish outposts to harvest resources, serving as bases of operation for long expeditions. Space travel and ship combat add another dimension, letting players customize and upgrade vessels for roles such as exploration, commerce, or piracy. Although many planets are intentionally sparse to reflect realistic astronomy, the sheer number available ensures constant opportunities for discovery. With its combination of vast scale, ship and base building, faction politics, and narrative depth, Starfield strives to capture both the immensity of space and the handcrafted storytelling Bethesda is known for. Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous simulates the Milky Way galaxy at a 1-to-1 scale, featuring around 400 billion star systems. The game uses astrophysical data and procedural algorithms to generate this vast galaxy, complete with stars, planets, moons, asteroid belts, and black holes. Despite being available for years, less than 1/10 of 1% of the galaxy has been explored by players, emphasizing its near-infinite scale. Travel between star systems requires hyperspace jumps, and long-distance journeys can take weeks of real playtime. Players choose roles such as miner, trader, smuggler, pirate, or bounty hunter, all while navigating a galaxy filled with natural wonders and dangers. Unique discoveries like neutron stars, ringed Earth-like worlds, and even the Milky Way's supermassive black hole have become community landmarks. Player-driven expeditions where hundreds coordinate to chart distant regions have pushed exploration deeper than any individual could achieve alone. More than just size, Elite Dangerous creates a galaxy that feels alive. Real-time economies shift with supply and demand, factions fight for influence, and the discovery of alien species like the Thargoids adds evolving threats. The result is a game that turns its staggering scale into an endless sandbox of exploration and possibility. No Man's Sky. Unlike most games, No Man's Sky does not measure its world in fixed square miles, but in an algorithmically generated universe. It contains approximately 18 quintillion planets, each with unique ecosystems, terrain, and weather patterns. The scale is so immense that no single player could explore more than a fraction of it, effectively making the universe infinite. Since its 2016 release, Hello Games has expanded No Man's Sky through dozens of free updates. These updates have added multiplayer exploration, exploration, base building, planetary vehicles, underwater biomes, improved space combat, and large-scale community expeditions. Players can warp between systems, construct colonies on planets, and catalog alien life, turning personal discoveries into permanent records visible to others. The sheer vastness means every player's journey is different, with planets or creatures rarely encountered by more than one explorer. Combined with ongoing support and new features, No Man's Sky has grown from a bold concept into a living universe, one that redefines what scale means in an open-world game.